a charming, awkward, and sweet person by day, accompanied by a dark side of psychopathic serial killer tendencies with a horrifying past, inviting trouble and death everywhere he goes. Internal dialogues that are savage and funny with great writing and complex characters. This is without a doubt one of my favorite TV shows. Of course, I'm talking about Dexter. Joe Goldberg very quickly became one of Netflix's best TV shows and the crowd's favorite as the next door guy who is secretly a psychopath. But do you know Dexter, a show that aired 18 years ahead of you, has very similar storylines and character tendencies, and some might even believe Dexter is a far superior creation even when compared today. If you have watched You and loved it, believe me, you will love Dexter, might even find it better than You. There are so many things that these two are very similar in, few things that are totally different, each making one slightly better than the other. Let's divide them into categories and see who wins in each. This is my personal experience with these shows and completely subjective, so feel free to let me know in the comments which show wins it for you in each category. These are the people that give depth to a show, how much each supporting character is memorable to you and how they affect our heroes, or in this case our villains. In case of Dexter, I still to this day remember supporting characters by heart, be it Dexter Morgan, La Guerta, Batista, Vince. Each character was so distinct and striking, they still live rent-free in my head.
Surprise, motherfucker.
These characters added value to the show and were obstacles in the way of Dexter, which created a sense of urgency and threat for our main character. With You, because Joe always keeps moving, the supporting cast keep changing for each season, which gives more of an anthology vibe, with the female lead being the only constant, that too for only one season. This means you don't know what threat the supporting cast can bring and the impact they have with the show, as they are just temporary things. They're just like props. And that's not bad at all for people who vibe with such show where we are just following the main character but the world around them keep changing. You does it very well. It's just in comparison with Dexter, I 100% prefer to be in the world of Dexter, to be in the world of a blood spatter analyst helping the cops out and go with the flow of continuity. This is one of the categories where Dexter easily wins it for me. A sign of a good show is its longevity and how well it concluded its story. With Dexter, even though the average rating of Dexter's final episodes each season is way higher than You's, the final season itself of Dexter was an anomaly though, which brought the rating down to 4.7 from a whopping 9.3. This was mainly because how the showrunners decided to end the show with Deborah and then Dexter not getting caught. The writing just wasn't the same after season 5, let's be honest. And that is an issue with shows that go on for a very long time because people just leave and there are new creative minds in the process for whom it isn't easy to match the wavelength in a short span of time. This is tricky, but I think this one goes to You just for the fact that it has not ended yet. We are yet to have a season 5 which promises to be the finale, and up until now it has held its own, it has held its level of interest with what it started with. Even though that's less than Dexter, it has maintained its consistency. We have to give it to You for that. Okay, here's the big one. I guess it would be unfair to compare these individual characters individually. It's just like comparing apples to oranges. Dexter is a very methodical psychopath where he has tendencies to kill, which he's aware of and tries to hone it by only killing the bad guys who got away from the system. Joe, on the other hand, is a psychopath with antisocial and narcissistic behavior. Unlike Dexter, he does not feel the need to kill. His attempts are mostly impulsive and born out of survival instinct. Where Dexter feels his killings a justice, Joe is just removing obstacles from his way to let him be peacefully his romantic interests. One could argue one of the characters is lesser of two evils, but come on, both are psychopaths, both share a tragic past, and apart from that they are very different, their motivations and ways of working, and it would be unfair to compare who was good with their characters. Both Michael C. Hall and Ben Badgley have done a great job playing these dark characters, and I would say this category should be superior job. Both the characters definitely have done a great job, but when it comes to the show, I definitely have a favorite. I might be biased, but Dexter definitely wins it for me as a better show. It's just more complex, serious, and more than that, it has a lot to offer than just a day in psychopath's life. It takes time to explore different relationships of a psychopath as a brother, as a father, and as a boyfriend. With You, the scope seems limited as we only see Joe and his relationship with his love interests. They also don't spend enough time showing him being a dad to his kid, which means the entire show is mostly about a troubled adult trying to find a love interest and trying to achieve it with any means necessary, even killing people. What I loved in both are the internal conversations. The self-talk they have are really a treat to watch. It's savage, funny, unfiltered, and the most relatable part for me as an introvert, where you just keep having these internal dialogues you overthink with yourself, especially when you're out among the crowd. And that's the video, guys. Let me know what's your favorite of the two in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching the video, and see you in the next one.